So with that domestic consumption, you're talking about AI as well. How do you invest? How do you make money from this? The last time we had you on, you were talking about a bull market. You were talking about the Chinese market hitting 6,000. Of course, we've got black swans all over now. How are you investing? How are you navigating this market?
Last time I'm still thinking A shares can be very distinguished. And the strategy can be very different when you play that of A shares compared to Hong Kong. Okay, so A shares, I'm very confident. You saw what happened last week. So now everything to be decided what's going on in the stock market is political. It's political reason, policy. Follow that political situation will decide everything in our life, including the choice of where we go, where we consume, where we study, send our kids, and stock market moves. So we have to be politician like Elon Musk. Anyway, so your question is, I'm very bull on A share market. I have so many reasons. I can give you very detailed ratios comparison, comparative comparison, whatever the comparison about China's sector by sector whatsoever. I have a good academy in Beijing, as you know. But after this war, I think the real fast bull will become slow bull. Slow bull will become real bull. It's still intact. Okay, so I expect today, tell you, this year 2025, I'm still targeting China A shares can go beyond 5,000 points.
5,000.
How we get there? How can you expect the U.S. in the past 10 years got that high? If their economy is really so outstanding, brilliant, no. They're printing money directly into the stock market. We can follow that too. We can give the money through household also into the stock market. Because China young people, over 100 million people, compared to population, is not big, but still, they are the young, new generation playing the stock market in different way. So we need to boost the social safety net. And the Chinese government realized that. You see, all the 国家队, and they all move into the market. Plus, our market is so comparative, so cheap, compare everything. Giving, it's saw the first quarter's China's companies, top 400 companies, just giving earnings results. It's so impressive. The overall, the 400 companies, they are announced the earning result for the last year, up close to 10%. Not easy, given the stock market suffered from mainly the property market collapse. We now know that. Okay, so now domestic household consumption now rely on the new productivities-led young generations. China, we call that Z generation. Z generation, we discussed that. They're really powerful. They don't rely on their old generations. They don't listen to whatever the leaders told them. They focus on what they are good at, about how to bring their new ideas, their new dreams into building a new China. This is a new consumption like the new China. Believe me, the people born in 80s, people born in 90s, supposed to be old. People born in millennium babies, you don't know, they are so powerful. They will be the future of China. So they are the ones creating the China's concept AI, like DeepSeek. We all know that DeepSeek phenomenal. Proof whatever US can do, we can follow. And 100, compared to then the consumption or the cost. So I say the hopes of a new consumption is those young, well-educated people in the Z generation. Okay, they build a new China. So that's why we may suffer from everybody. Okay, from this crazy man's led crazy trade tariff-led great war. We are in the war. This is a serious war. WAR. The whole world is dividing by tariff, war.
One of the things that we're watching here amid this war is the risk of Chinese companies listed in the United States potentially being delisted. What will this do to the A share market, to the H share market? if this happens?
When I heard this, I was shocked. You know, how could a country like the United States, supposed to be freedom, capitalism, make the world peace, make the whole world, you know, doing a very kind of a free economy, those kind of all the theories, it's completely completely gone, you know. It's really ending an era, ERA, of free economy. With no free economy, no free market, no free traveling, no free education, I mean, between all the countries. So this is the end of era for USA, their own economy. You know, basically, our education never told me about how we meet this trade war compared to, trade war compared to real war. Okay, so today the real war coming to us. So just now you mentioned this. This is very bad, very crazy, very ugly, you know. So I don't want to comment that because I'm just a long-term investor in the China market. I made money from United States for the Chinese company listing there. But what if that happened? I think we don't need stock market. We're just closing down stock market. So this is the end of the stock market for all the countries.
I want to ask you one more question. You were talking earlier about printing money and that China can do the same. As we look to the Chinese currency, that is one way that the market is interpreting it could be retaliating against the United States. Do you think that China would depreciate the value of its currency as a way to confront or, take on the trade war?
What's the meaningful of you depreciate your currency? In the past many years, China voluntarily, depreciating the currency from 6 to 7.3 or 7.5 whatsoever. Okay, we did that a major this kind of program twice. The first one was the 11th of August, 2015. Remember, China repacked to basket of currency. This is voluntarily, devalued the currency already. That was the previous Chinese A-share market peak. Then since then, China A-share market turned down massively. Okay, so it's August, 11th of August 2015. I still remember that day announced China's depacking currency, devalued currency, repacking to a basket of currencies. Okay, what's the meaningful? We do that again. There's a trade war, real war. No real export imports. Every country closing down their war for free trades. That's the disaster. What's the meaningful? Again, where we do that. So, number one, we don't need to do that anymore. Okay. Number two, nobody will know the value of a country's currency, the value of one country's currency until it's a free trading. Free economy. Mm-hmm. Now, as again, politicians, they make the whole world. They decide everything now. Okay? So I would think the Chinese currency is the last firewall for Chinese economy. And I'm so glad they did this. So no matter the currency where it goes, you'll face the same war. So, okay, I think the Chinese currency, the Chinese renminbi eventually will be weaker, eventually. Okay. But we don't see any volatility on the Chinese currency. Okay. This is one last defensive war for the Chinese economy, which is good decision.
Okay. Yang, thank you very much for joining us today and for your thoughts. She does not expect a depreciation of the currency. She still sees a bull in the market, a slow one, and that the Chinese markets could hit 5,000. So we're going to be watching out for that.